Your mornings with Malume Tap.
I can tell you where you're going with this. I was riding on a little two-stroke scooter to school, and that was about as fast as it got for me. So nothing compared to today's guest.
I'm telling you what, my brother, at the tender age of 16, she's currently right now carving her own lane, moving one speed lane at a time as well. The fastest 16-year-old that I know, Anastasia Gerasis. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to YOUFM Sports. How you doing, my lady?
Good morning.
Hello everyone, I'm Anastasia Gerasis, and honestly today I'm awesome. I'm so glad to be here.
She's so cute, bro. She's so cute. Now tell me, we were speaking at 16 years old. I think I was into cricket a lot, practice a lot, but never really got to make it. He was stadium announcer at the highest level at 16 already. Now, 4 wheels. How did you get involved in terms of motorsport? Because we predominantly associated with males, with gents, with guys, but here you are. Coming in on race day, on tracks, on training, and you're there, making a name for yourself.
So I joined the sport in 2022. I was socially driving rental carts, and then eventually I turned around to my dad and I'm like, listen, I want to try out my little brother's cart. Now my brother's 3 years younger than me, so this is quite a small cart, and I climbed into his cart and I did not want to get out.
Wow.
I absolutely loved it, and since day one in May 2022 until my first race, which was in September 2022, I was loving it. And then that was a 4-stroke kart, so it wasn't as fast as the kart that I'm in now. But since I started, it has been the most amazing experience, and I'm so happy to be part of this community.
When we talk, you say not as fast, right? Now, karting, to a lot of people, karting, we think, just go-karting socially. How fast are we talking about here?
So in my current kart that I'm racing, I'm currently in the OKN series, which is the 2-stroke series. We are going about 120 kilometers per hour on the straights.
And like in a kart, 120 k's an hour. How many laps do you guys race?
So depending on the races, so races here in South Africa, we usually average about 15 laps per heat.
Okay.
We do about 3 races a day with a qualifying and a free practice. So that's about 5 sessions every race day. Overseas, it's usually 2 15-lap races and then one very big final, which it can vary from 15 laps to almost 25 laps.
Now, in terms of perfecting, the art of racing, it's not easy, and it's not a cheap sport as well. When I was watching Lewis Hamilton's rise and looking at some of his documentaries, I mean, his father had to do a lot to ensure that, he was in a car racing and practicing. How does that sort of work for you on a day-to-day? Do you practice every day, and then come the weekend, it's race day?
So depending on my week, so if I'm racing that week, I will practice maybe 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week. On the average week, I do practice mostly on the weekends because I'm still in school. So I'll practice maybe once or twice a weekend, sometimes twice a week. So it can vary from 2 to 4 days a week.
How do you practice to get faster, by the way? Because myself and Tap, we raced, I think, once. I beat him.
We can't even talk about it.
How do you practice to get faster? Is it acceleration? Is it reading of the lanes? How do you get faster, basically, Anastasia?
So listen, it's everything from the lines that you take on the track to where you brake, where you accelerate, all of the little details. I mean, if you 20 centimeters off the line, it can mess up your entire entry or exit to the corner. So every little detail matters, and also consistency. I mean, you don't have to be fast. Like, you can have someone like, say, Lando Norris, who's extremely fast. He can do an amazing hot lap.
Consistency.
But then you get someone like Max Verstappen, and he can do that fast lap every single lap. He doesn't get it wrong.
Talk to us a little bit about your experience abroad, traveling recently. You were in Spain, competing in Spain. You were the only female representative from South Africa. You've seen as a bit of a brand ambassador for the sport. Talk to us about that. How do you manage your school life and then also competing, not just in South Africa, but abroad?
So overseas, I'm actually part of a program called Champions of the Future Academy program. It's absolutely awesome. We get to travel the world and race around the world with people around our level. So obviously it's not one of the highest classes, but it is the development class to get into those higher classes. And I think, it's been absolutely amazing, and my school has been super supportive. So managing my school life, I am in grade 10, so I am in my high school phase, so there's a lot of work. When I am overseas, sometimes I'm working, sometimes I'm not. It really depends on the days and how busy we are. But ever since I joined motorsport and I gave my school my schedule, they have been supportive from day one. From the get-go, they've been like, we're here, we want to be part of this with you, and we want to make it as easy as possible. So managing the school life and the traveling, it's honestly really easy the way that my school's done it for me. And yeah, it's been awesome.
So what's the next step? Okay, karting is often seen as the beginning
level,
phase,
yeah.
the entry level into motorsports. Where do you dream of seeing this going?
So with karting being my entry, I see my end goal as maybe something like F4, Porsche Cup, DTMs. I love DTMs because I really want to land up in a Porsche seat or in a BMW in DTMs. Obviously in Porsche Cup I would be driving a Porsche. If I had to get into F4 or something like the F1 Academy for girls to boost me to that seat for F1, I think that would be really, really amazing.
That's what I wanted to ask. From the South African perspective, are there programs to sort of hone young ladies who have an interest in motorsports, or you kind of have to push your own way and find a way to sort of be competitive?
So I feel like the South African motorsport community, it isn't that hard to get into motorsport. And the community is very, very welcoming, and with all of the different teams, and there's a lot of teams that are branching into Europe and overseas. So if you're with the right team, you can definitely get overseas. So having joined KR Africa, since I've joined in March of this year, they have been trying to boost me to get overseas and help me branch up with them and sort of grow in the sport.
Now you've got your mom with you here today, right? I'm not going to bring her on the mic. Don't worry, she's running away. But what has she ever spoken to you like about what it's like? Because I mean, it's a dangerous sport. I can imagine as a parent, you're sitting there watching you flying around on a cart at 120 k's an hour. What's that like for them?
So can I be honest? I think my mom is the more chilled parent out of the two. She is so calm.
And your dad?
My dad is probably the most nervous person I've met on track. I mean, I can see him from the sidelines freaking out, and I'm in the cart. And I usually don't see people, but my dad is so clear to see. Mom is so chilled, you can just see her sitting there, and she's like, go faster, you've got this.
Nice.
Go
and
faster.
then, so you said you're 16, you're in grade 10 this year. Have you got your learner's license yet?
No, I don't, but I do plan to get it.
The irony in all of that.
You think your parents are stressed now. Wait until you get that learner's license and you take the car out.
Driving to? Where you going?
Anyway,
Very
I
fast.
wanted to ask the question. You're 16, you're still quite young, still developing as a young woman as well. Now, fame, how do you deal with that? I'm sure you must be one of the most famous sort of students in your school that you go to. And how do you deal with attention, being one so young? And there's a lot of pressure in motorsports as well.
So, in school, I don't think I'm that famous. I feel like
it's coming
people,
after this interview, watch.
I feel like people know who I am, but I don't really like to put my face into like the foreground of everything.
Yeah.
So I think managing, so social media, I'm quite out there on social media. I feel like when I am on social media, I just try to keep it laid back. I try to be myself everywhere that I go, and I feel like if I give everyone who I am, then people will like me for who I am.
I like that.
So yeah.
What are some of the big races that are coming up? What are you working towards at the moment?
So at the moment we are working towards the next race in Italy with Champions of the Future Academy program. So all of my training here, everything I do is dedicated to those races, because if I can do it here and I can do it there, it's going to be absolutely awesome. And you know what? Everything I do, every single hour of work that we put into racing, it's all towards that Italian race.
Nice. Well, we'll be watching and we'll be supporting
as well.
How do people follow you on social media? What are your handles?
So on Instagram, it is my name, Anastasia Gerasis. Same on Facebook. We're on TikTok. We are on Threads. We're on everything. So you can find us anywhere. We even have a WhatsApp group channel that you can get off my link tree on my Instagram.
Bro, she really is 16. She hit you with the threads.
I'm from
a
link tree.
Nah,
I don't even have a link
I don't even have a link tree as well.
Anastasia, thanks so much for coming through. Good luck
Absolute
in Italy
pleasure.
and all the races.
Thanks
And
so much for having me.
big shout out to your parents.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for parents. I love to see parents that support their kids' dreams like this. And yeah, best of luck. And we do hope to see you in that F1 category very soon in the future.
Well said.
Thank you so much.